Hi there guys, my name is David, you are watching Viva Automotive, and today we are going to be talking about the owners of this car, the Porsche 918 Spyder. So sit down, relax, and watch until the end of the video. The Porsche 918 is Porsche's hypercar from 2013. It has got a 4.6 liter V8, and in combination with some electric engine, the car produces 887 horsepower. It is limited to 918 units, so it is the least rare out of the hypercar holy trinity of the Ferrari LaFerrari, the McLaren P1, and the Porsche 918. However, it is the fastest accelerating car out of the three, as it does 0 to 60 in just 2.2 seconds. If you got the allocation for one of these cars, you could either spec it in the non-Weissach or the Weissach spec. The non-Weissach is sort of more road focused, let's say, whereas the Weissach one has got a bunch more carbon fiber, it is a bit lighter and a bit more track focused as well. One cool feature of both of these versions, or basically any 918 out there, is the fact that the exhausts are literally right behind the head of the driver, so basically you can hear the sound very well when you're sitting inside. Not that I've ever been inside of one, but if you own a 918, I'd love to have a ride in one, so just hit me up. Also, the 918 is the only car out of the LaFerrari P1 and 918 which comes with a removable roof, so that is quite a cool feature as well. Throughout my car spotting journey, I've seen many 918s, most of them sadly finished in boring silvers and whites and blacks. However, the coolest one that I've ever seen was probably this summer in Monaco, where I've seen the orange Salzburg livery 918. So if you haven't seen that video yet, click on the link over there and go see it. Actually, first of all, finish this video and then go and see it, because we're going to be looking at some pretty cool cars today as well. The first guy on today's list doesn't really need that much of an introduction, because he's basically one of the best NBA players in the history. Throughout his NBA career, Lebron James has played for Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, and now he's playing for Los Angeles Lakers. He has also won 2 Olympic gold medals from London in 2012 and from Beijing in 2008, and basically won everything else that you could ever think of. So here's a quick rundown, you can just see it on the screen. Yeah, he won all of this. His estimated net worth is around $450 million, which means that he is easily able to afford his black Porsche 918 Spyder. He was seen driving this one just recently somewhere in the US with the top down, and I have to say that just looking at this video, he looks quite a bit cramped inside of there. I mean he's a big guy, and the Porsche 918 is of course a hypercar, a really sort of small and lightweight car, so I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be able to fit inside of one with the roof on. And even with the roof off, it still looks a bit uncomfortable. However, at least he can drive it. I mean, he wouldn't even fit inside of the McLaren P1 or the Ferrari LaFerrari. Next up on today's list is Jerry Seinfeld, and I have to admit, I didn't really know who this guy was before researching for this video. And that comes down to 2 reasons. First of all, I'm not from the US. I mean, obviously, just listen to my accent. And second of all, his famous show Seinfeld aired from 1989 all the way to 1998, so way before my time. But anyway, Jerome Allen Seinfeld is an American TV host, actor, comedian, producer, who is most famous for his show, as I said, Seinfeld, which aired from 1989 all the way to 1998. This sitcom, which he humbly enough named after himself, was the most popular sitcom when it aired from the 80s to the 90s, so that basically just tells you how successful it really was. And after it ended, Jerry Seinfeld remained quite active when it comes to social life, politics, charity, and all of that good stuff. In 2008, he also appeared in a Microsoft ad, for which he apparently made $10 million, adding to his total $980 million net worth. And with that kind of play money, he bought not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, he bought 150 cars for himself. Just think about it, 150 cars. I mean, that does sound a bit excessive if you ask me. Out of this whole collection, I am only going to name 2 cars, but you can look the whole collection up on Google. But anyway, he owned the Porsche 550 Spyder, which is the same model that James Dean drove and crashed in. And then he also owns this beautiful, absolutely stunning dark blue Porsche 918 with the Weissach pack. From what I've found online, he was also involved in a car accident once, But out of all of these supercars and hypercars that he owns, the Porsches, the Ferraris, etc., he crashed in his old Fiat 500 after a brake failure. That's quite funny, but at least he didn't ruin this beautiful Porsche 918. Next up is Mark Webber, who is an Australian racing driver who raced in Formula 1 from 2002 all the way to 2013. Throughout his impressive career, he got 9 wins, 42 podiums and 13 pole positions. However, he was racing for the championship-winning Red Bull team alongside Sebastian Vettel, so he was the less successful out of the pairing, but anyway, what an impressive F1 career this is. After finishing his successful career in F1 and not really knowing what to do, I suppose, Mark joined the FIA World Endurance Championship with Porsche, where he won 8 out of the 25 times he ever raced. And this kind of ties everything together with Porsche because he raced with Porsche from 2014 all the way to 2016, which is basically the same timeline when the Porsche 918 was produced. And his Porsche 918 is not just a basic Porsche 918, but a very special one worthy of a Porsche racing driver, because it has not only got the Weissach pack, but it has also got a very special custom Salzburg livery inspired by the Porsche 917 race car from the 1970s. Furthermore, the red on his Porsche 918 also matches with the red on the Porsche 918 which Webber raced at Le Mans. And honestly, I just think that the Salzburg livery is such a nice looking livery, this sort of red and white. I just think it looks so fast, I don't know why. If you are a car enthusiast, you're 100% going to know who this guy is. And even if you're not, you're probably going to know his cars anyway. Horacio Pagani is an engineer and the founder of Pagani Automobili, which he founded in 1992. Since then, Pagani has made variations of 2 models, the Zonda and the Huayra. And among the car sort of community, Paganis are pretty much thought to be some of the nicest cars on the road, basically the automotive art, because of the incredible craftsmanship and the attention to detail. However, not that many people know that before founding Pagani Automobili, Horacio also worked for Lamborghini for a bit, for Renault for a bit, and at the age of 20, designed his own Formula 3 car. So basically, when he was my age, he was out there designing Formula 3 cars, and I'm just here sitting in my room filming these dumb videos. I have actually met Horacio Pagani on the Pagani Raduno back in 2018, which is basically this rally of all the Paganis that there are. And it was just so cool driving behind him, driving his Pagani Huayra Roadster in a small Fiat 500. So if you haven't seen that video yet, click up there and go and watch it. It was honestly one of the best experiences in my life. Apart from being a founder of one of the most incredible supercar brands at the moment, Horacio Pagani is of course a car enthusiast himself and owns this beautiful dark blue Porsche 918 Spyder with the Weissach package, this special tailor-made Ferrari F12 TDF, or this Ford GT. And the last guy on today's list is none other than the famous Swedish footballer who currently plays for AC Milan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm not really that big into football, but from what I've understood, he basically played for half of the successful teams in Europe, because throughout his career, he played for Juventus, he played for PSG, he played for Manchester United, Barcelona, and all of these other teams as well. Apart from being a successful football player, one lesser known thing about him is the fact that he has a black belt in Taekwondo. So if you wanted to steal his Porsche 918, that's probably not the best idea. And he is also not the smallest guy out there, measuring almost 2 meters. So similarly to Lebron James, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be struggling just fitting inside of the Porsche 918. I'm pretty sure that Ibrahimovic currently resides in the capital of Sweden, Stockholm, because he's often seen driving around in his new Ferrari Monza SP2 or his black Porsche 918 Spyder. The spec on his Porsche 918 Spyder is arguably not the most exciting one out there, because it is finished in this fairly standard black with the acid green calipers, and it comes without the Weissach pack as well. However, it is still such a classy looking car. And looking at the pictures of this car right now, this car is essentially 11 years old, yet it still looks so modern. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that this car came out yesterday, yet it's 11 years old, which I guess is a testament to the Porsche's designers. But wow. I think that this is a good point to finish off today's video, just appreciating the beautiful design of the Porsche 918. Thank you very much if you're still here. Thank you very much if you're still watching. If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It seriously helps out a lot, and I usually make like 2 automotive videos per week, so just click that subscribe button. You won't regret it. But that is seriously everything. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you next time.